talk to us a little bit about the state of the team coming off that tough loss in Columbus and the challenges of facing Miami with maybe not a top choice squad?
Yeah, this is part of the game. Obviously, you look at all the other leagues. I think in Europe and all these top leagues, this is normal. Squad rotation is normal. You need to have a deep squad if you want to win trophies, if you want to go far. So this is just another challenge that lies ahead, another good opportunity for people to showcase themselves and perform. That's the way we see it, and the most important thing is obviously coming off a tough result, tough game away is turning around and getting a good result and getting points back on the board. That's the most important thing. Momentum is important, so you want to turn around that bad result, I think.
Early in the season, you seemed to take a little bit of an injury in your shoulder. How are you feeling now? Are you feeling 100%? Are you working through anything?
Yeah, I feel great. Working every single day to keep the body healthy and strong. So doing everything in my power. So I feel good. The past couple games I felt good. So just gonna keep doing what I'm doing because I feel good on the field physically. So yeah, it's good.
What's the morale of the team like at the moment? After last week, going into a team kind of, we're going in shorthanded. What's the morale like in there?
I think it's been great. I mean, honestly, having a small group sometimes in training and in preparation for a game can be a good thing. You can hone in on certain, stuff that we need to work in on as individuals. You kind of get more, I would say, attention and to what you want to work on. The coaching staff is super available, almost because they have a smaller group, to work with. So you can honestly get, some good feedback and actually work on some things you need to work on. And then having a small group means smaller sided and some competitive stuff. So we've done a lot of competitive stuff to get the morale up and ready to compete and get ready for Saturday.
What's it been like playing next to Lewis Morgan now that he's back?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Obviously, last year was my first year, and Lewis was gone the whole entire year. So I didn't really get many opportunities to share the pitch with him. I saw him the year before, how many goals he scored and how well he did, and it's just been fantastic to share the field with him. He's always making runs in behind. He's always running unselfishly, and that's huge for the team because he stretches the back line of the opponents, and if you're ever in trouble, you can always look for that pass, and he's going to be making an effort to get onto it. And then obviously when he gets into the 18-yard box, he's shooting both feet. He's so dangerous. So,
Pete, March Madness is about to tip off in moments. Are you a fan? Do you have a team you're following? What's your bracket look like?
Yeah, I don't watch too much, other sports, just mostly soccer. But when March Madness comes around, I definitely try and watch a couple games. I can't really keep my attention for those games, but I obviously went to Duke for a couple years, so definitely rooting for Duke. It's kind of bad. I only really root for them when March Madness comes around. I don't really check up on the scores or anything during the regular season, but when March Madness comes around, I'm a big fan. But yeah, I know the boys we all got our brackets. We're all gonna compete and stuff.
I always feel like teams that are playing against Miami, they go in starstruck. I feel like at the beginning of the game, you see a couple guys that are a little hesitant to do things like that. You're obviously a fan of the game. Is there any part of you that's maybe looking forward to seeing some of these guys on the pitch, or is it strictly business for you?
I think it's strictly business. I mean, last year I think learned a big lesson when they came and played here in August. I think it was the last year. Definitely, I think everyone got overawed by the events. It kind of became a spectacle, and I think that drew our attention away from what it needed to be last year. And I think a lot of the guys learned that lesson, and we have experience. We played against these guys. We kind of know what to expect, and it's always easier when you kind of know what to expect. It's not kind of a first-time thing. So I think, I would definitely say last August when we played them, it was too much of a spectacle, and it inhibited our ability to get a result. And now we realize the ramifications if you turn it into a spectacle. So it's just about getting business done and playing in the Rebel way and getting a result.
With the possible wet weather coming in, like the Dallas game, how important is it going to be to get off to a quick start against Miami?
Yeah, I mean, the weather is always, I think we've had 2 home games this year. It's been pretty bad, or it's been bad. One home game, it was bad, and I think this one's not going to be great. but it's important. I think it might, suit our style a little bit. Getting after them, trying to, the ball skip a little bit different, try and create some, good moments for us, use it to our advantage, obviously. And then on the other hand, the other team is definitely going to try and use it to their advantage. So we need to be, a bit cautious. And, just I think you try and put it away. You try not to pay too much attention to it because, like I said, you don't want to detract any attention, especially, for after the last game and, needing a result this game. You don't want to detract any attention from what you really need to do and get a result.
You think you guys have something to prove after taking it on the chin so badly last week?
I for sure think we have something to prove 100%. I think that game, I think, we weren't up to our standards, obviously against a good team as well, and they kind of exposed that. And I think in this game, you rarely ever want to, get into a, spiral, with results. It happened last year. You lose a couple games, and it's easy to get in that rut. Just as it is to win a bunch of games, it is easy to, in this league, it's so competitive. So I think it's about putting that on the back burner and, most importantly, getting a result. That's the most important thing. And, where they are in the table and where we are in the table, it's a pretty important game, and both teams are going to be out there trying to get 3 points. So,
last question, if anybody has one.
All good.
Cool.
Thank you, guys.
Peter, thank
you
you.
so much.